Hey guys, so today I'm going to be telling you the most awkwardest first kiss and first date. This is the same, it's the same person for first kiss and first date, but it was the most awkwardest shit I've ever been through. So yeah, okay, let's get started. So this is in grade 7, and it was around Valentine's Day. So that week of Valentine's Day, me and my friends, and I'm gonna name the guy that I was dating Jake. We've been dating for like an on and off period, so it was been about like a couple of weeks, and his friend Cody went with him, and Cody is he's in high school, he's in grade 8, and like we always met up after school, like my friends and I and him and his friend. We would always meet up after school. We would go to Shoppers and like scope around the place and like go to Starbucks and stuff. I'm a broke bitch, so I can buy shit, but like, we were just scoping around, and I just saw this like cute bear, like, you know those bears, those white bears with the heart, and then it was like, I love you. I was like, oh my god, this is so cute. And then like, I think one of the girls, I think her name's Samantha, like she's gonna be mentioned a lot here because like she was my main like friend that was with me throughout this whole time, like throughout that week. So yeah, and I was like, oh, like this is so cute. And then she was like, yeah, like, you know what, Jake should buy that for you, it's almost Valentine's Day. And I'm like, nah, it's okay, like I don't need anything, I just think it's cute. So yeah, so as that week went by, it was the day before Valentine's Day. And the day before Valentine's Day, we're just sitting outside. There's this little like cement like flower pots that were really big, and they were like a block. And you can sit on the edge, and then there's like that little pit of like flowers and stuff. So we were just sitting there. My friends were sitting on the other side, and then like I was sitting alone, and then like Jake came out. He was like, oh, like hey, and I'm like, hey. He sat beside me, he put his arm around me, and I'm like, okay. So we were just talking, and he was like, hey, and I'm like, yeah. He's like, so like, do you want to do something tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, sure. Like what do you want to do? He's like, oh, we can go to my house, we can watch movies, like we can watch Beauty and Beast, because he knows that's my favorite movie. And yeah, we can just hang out in my house. And I'm like, oh, okay, like that's cool, we can do that. So we decided that Cody and Samantha were coming with us because I didn't want to be alone, because I know he didn't want to be alone either, because it would be fucking awkward. So we just brought our friends with us, and we just left it at there, and then I had to go home. I told my dad that I was gonna go to a friend's house, and he was like, oh, okay, like be home, blah blah at this time. So I was like, okay, that's 2 hours at his house, and that will be fine. So the next day, we went after school. We just went to his house, and he lives above Shoppers. Like, you know those little like houses, like those condo kind of things that are above? Yeah, that's where he lived. So he lived on the side, like on the very edge, where you can see like the whole like streets and stuff, and you can see like the gas station and stuff like that. So yeah, we were just like hanging out there, and we just like walked in. He put in his key, we went up, we were playing in the elevator, we were running around. But we had to be careful because we didn't know if his parents were there, because he didn't know in advance that his parents were gonna work or not. So I guess they were working. I guess they weren't working. So we had to sneak in through his bathroom and then go into his room. And we had to take out our shoes there. So because his room is like a U. It's like bathroom, room, and then outside is like the kitchen, and like across is his parents' room. So his parents' room, they were inside the room. The parents were inside their room, and we were just inside his room chilling. We were watching some movies, but it wasn't Beauty and the Beast. We were watching like some random ass shit that went on TV, and we were just watching there. We were hanging out. Him and I were on his bed. He just had his arm around me. We were just watching movies. Yeah, and Samantha and Cody were on the floor. So, yeah. And I guess his mom like called for him, and he was like, oh, okay, I'll be right back. But Samantha and Cody went with him because they know his parents, and I don't know them well because I knew in grade like around like grade 5 we had a thing, and then I did meet them once, but like they didn't know that we were like a thing, you know, we were dating. So yeah, we they went out. They met his parents. I heard their conversations. They were like, hey Samantha, hey Cody, I didn't hear you guys. Like, how are you? How are you guys doing? They were like, hey, it's good. Like, everything's good. And I was like, yeah, it's good. So I was just scoping around his room because, you know, the little bitch I am. And I was just scoping around his room, and I saw this motherfucking chair stacked up with clothes. And I was like, yo, like, does he even laundry though? Like, does he even know? Like, it's kind of awkward. Cause like, if he knew that I was coming over, like, he knew, like, the day before, he knew he could have cleaned up and everything. Like, I'm not criticizing him, because my room is not, like, perfect or whatever, but it is pretty decent to the point where people can come into my room and they will not criticize. But, like, it was just like pretty like messy, and there was like cans on the windows because like I guess he was too lazy to throw them in the garbage, and there was like a bunch of like water bottles and stuff because, you know, you gotta get hydrated for that shit. And then like he had like I don't think it was a mini fridge, but it was just this little box like holding his TV. His TV was fucking this size, bitch. It was this size. It was so small, I couldn't watch shit. We all couldn't watch shit. And I know that they, Samantha and Cody were like, what the fuck does he have this small ass TV in his room? Like, but like, you know, whatever. But everything was like pretty messy, and there was a bunch of like clothes that were scattered around, and yeah, but you know, whatever. And then they came back. Oh, we were watching a movie again, but like their parents left. His parents left for work, and they won't be back for like until like 10 o'clock at night. So Samantha and Cody decided to go out. They were playing video games and shit, and Cody, yeah, and Jake and I, we stayed here. He still had his arm around me. He had his arm around me again. And then he was about to kiss me. So fucking close. But Cody went in. He's like, hey man, like, your Xbox isn't working. And then he's like, oh, were y'all in the middle of something? And then we're like, no. And then like Cody decided to have the audacity to throw a fucking pillow at me and be like, yo, I need my man. And then like he took freaking Jake, and then they went out to like play fucking video games, and I was left there, and I was like, why the fuck? Like, honestly. And then I went out, and I was like, wow, this is a nice ass kitchen. Like, yo, this is nice. And everything was going good, I would say, and yeah, everything was going pretty good. We were just watching, we ate some strawberries, and it was time for me to go home. So I stood up and I was from my chair, and I was like, hey, like, I gotta go home. My dad told me that I have to be home at this time. Like, it's already getting dark. And he's like, oh, okay, like, I'll walk you out. And Cody and Samantha went into his room because, like, I guess they're getting their shoes and shit, but I already got my shoes before I went out to his kitchen because I knew that it was like about 20 minutes that I was gonna leave, so I just already put on my shoes. And yeah, so Jake walked me down the freaking hallway up to his door, and his washroom door was open, so I know that Samantha and Cody could see us, but they were talking. Samantha and Cody were talking, like, I could see. And then I look up and I see him, and I'm like, what's up? He was like, hey, so you have to leave now? Like, he was whispering it to me, and I was like, yeah. And then oh my god, he fucking came down to kiss me. But I was scared as fuck because I didn't know how to kiss a guy. So I was just like So this was literally our lips, okay? It was just like, touch, bye. And then I was like, oh, okay, bye. Because I knew that it wasn't his first kiss. Because, like, Cody told me. And, like, I was like, oh, well, like, you know, I'm those type of girls, like, that would date a guy that had the same thing as me. Like, same thing, like, didn't have their first kiss yet, and we would have the same, like, first kiss at the same time. Like, that's what I was feeling. Maybe that's why I didn't really go full in on that kiss, because, like, I had that feeling, like, oh, he already had his first kiss, he has experience, like, I don't. And that scared me to the point where I was like, you know what, touch, bye. But yeah, that was my first kiss, and that was my first date with a bunch of people. So, after that, I was so excited and shit because I was like, yo, I got my first kiss. Like, it wasn't even a good first kiss though, but I was so excited. I was like, yo, I got my first kiss. And then, like, Samantha, we went out and we went to the elevator. We were running. We were, like, so excited. We were like, yeah, I got my fucking first kiss, yeah. And it was so dumb because, like, it wasn't even a first kiss. It was a peck. A fucking peck. And, like, I was so excited. Once we got to the elevator, we started playing around. We were talking. She was like, oh, how was it? And I'm like, yeah, it was good. Like, it was perfect. I'm so stupid. And then, like, the next day, like, he came in. He was like, yo, like, yesterday was fun. Like, I was like, yeah. And, like, yeah, we just went on with our days, and we didn't think about it as an awkward situation. We just thought about it, oh, we kissed, like, yo, that's cool. But to me, that wasn't really a kiss, so I wouldn't say that was my first kiss, but I'm saying it was because that was the first, like, kind of, like, thing as to, like, close to a kiss that I could get the first time that I've dated a guy. So, yeah. That was the awkwardest shit that I've ever been through. And, yeah, if you guys want more story times, like, you know, I'm down to do that. But, like, yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you do. And if you're new to this channel, hello, please subscribe. But, yeah.